pardon any cat hair or anything you see. I'm recording this on my bed. I just kind of wanted to touch bases on this. So this is the Labyrinth card game. It's a licensed Jim Henson product from River Horse Publishing. It actually came out a little while ago. It actually came out before the latest Labyrinth tarot deck, and it's one of the reasons why I did not get the hype on the Inside Editions deck. Inside Editions pretty much always does pip-based decks. Even the ones that are supposed to be fully illustrated tend to slide into pips, and I'm not holding that against them. It's more than likely something to do with licensing, and this is a playing card deck. It was not intended to be a tarot deck. It does not come with a divination guide, but if you open it up, it does kind of give you a list of the fact that it is a 78 card deck plus 2 bonus cards. It comes with this little sheet of paper that just tells you about the game rules for using this as a trick game. It does not discuss divination at all. It is not intended to be a divination deck. However, I'm going to show you something and you can make your own opinions on it. So it has this nice little velvet spot that they fit in. It's very nice packaging. I really like it. I am familiar with tarot, so I don't need a divination guide to read a basic tarot deck. I know how to read a basic tarot deck. And so we start off with, there's 2 cards, unfair and fair. You could use these as, like, I guess, yes, no cards if you really wanted to. I'm going to keep off to the side. I did reorder the majors. I have shuffled this deck. I reordered the majors, but the minors are kind of kitty-wumpus because I didn't really want to take the time to do that. So I'll let you be the judge. So here we have the blind beggar, which would normally be in our fool position. We've got the worm. The junk lady. And in tarot, we would be looking at the high priestess. She does talk a lot about hidden things that you love in the movie. All of the nostalgic things that Sarah loves, she's trying to show her. So, I mean, you can take it and interpret it how you want, but I think that was a good choice. The stepmother. The father, you know, our emperor and empress. The false alarms. They give us warnings when they're told to, oh, stop it. They're like, we're just doing our job. They're following tradition. They're very much so the Hierophant. They represent the tradition that they are doing their job and providing guidance. Of course, we have the ball. Now tell me that's not lovers. 7, the cleaners, or our chariot. On number 8, I kind of feel like this is going to be not our strength card. I feel like these cards have been swapped. So you'll see when we get to the other card that I feel is strength. Wise man. Okay, yeah, that wise man. He's definitely our hermit. Especially with his hat. It's almost like the little lantern. The helping hands. And here's humongous. And this is why I think that this is more kind of a little bit more Marseille style. I feel like this is our strength card. Hanged Ludo. The 4 guards. And if you remember, one of us always tells lies, the other always tells the truth. One of us leads to certain doom. I think that's a good death card. Got Lancelot. It's Temperance. The Fieries is the devil. The castle is the tower. The stairs represents the stars. The bog of eternal stench represents the moon. The clock is the sun. Toby is judgment. And the labyrinth is the world. And then we go into the minors. So now that we're into the minors, let me show you what we're working with here. So I just kind of pulled out the court cards for you to see. We have our kings. We have our queens. We have our jacks, which are like pretty much our equivalent to our pages. And we have cavaliers, which are our knights. And you can see from these cards, Jacks and the Cavaliers kind of have different characters, but all of the queens and all of the kings are our two main characters. So the way I read this is I treat the clocks, let me zoom in here, I treat the clocks as if they're the pentacles. I treat the orbs as if they are the water suit. I treat the owls as swords, and I treat the books as wands. So those are your suits. And you saw in the previous video, or I should say the previous segment, because I'm planning on merging these together. Sorry, spoiler alert, I hit pause. The minors just look like this. They literally just are repeated patterns of the card, with the exception of the aces. They just kind of show a full-blown image of each of the things. So, like, here's our Ace of Orbs. It's just Jareth's hand holding the orb. So, anyhow, that's what the minors look like. If you know tarot and you don't need a guidebook, this deck is going to work perfectly. It wasn't terribly expensive or anything. Not that the inside editions is either, but it makes a good alternative. Sorry, I'm trying to bundle these all together again. So if you're in the market for a PIP Labyrinth deck and you can't get your hands on the Insight Editions deck for some reason, sold out or whatever where you live, but you can get your hands on the Labyrinth card game from Riverhorse, I highly recommend it, and I thoroughly have enjoyed it. I got it in 2020, last year for Christmas. My husband bought it for me while we were on a trip to California, and we saw it in a little bookstore, and he was like, "Oh, look it, honey." And, you know, we got it, and I've enjoyed it ever since. So I've had it in my collection for almost a year now, and it definitely fills the need for a Labyrinth deck, and that's why I didn't get all gung-ho about the new one that just came out. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask them, and I'll try to get back with you as soon as I can. Alright, talk to you later. Bye.